In this video today we are going to talk about what is more important, motivation or discipline. Motivation is important to start something new, then comes discipline. So that is the hard part. Feeling motivation is easy. To achieve that goal you have to be disciplined yourself. For example, so when we were in high school, that's how I learned now, because I'm spending more time thinking and planning. And when I figuring out, like, I know this is important for me, right? I know this is one I want to do, but why I'm just keep postponing one task on next day. You trying to do something and you couldn't figure out, and then you were so you don't want to do it. So I was like, why? When we were in a high school, so first thing, we have a plan. So we have a coach, like our teacher, and then we have a deadline. Those are the three things we always know, and we have a timeline and we have a deadline. So we said, so we know we only have 1 year, so we have only 1 year to complete that. Our teacher already has a plan for us. So they said, oh, you need to study this, and they will break that into quarterly goals, like a first term exam, second term exam, and then the final exam. They make sure we read that subject 1 hour for one day, right? So this is how we were doing it. We have a plan, we have a deadline, we have a map, we have a coach, and we also know the consequence. If we don't study, we will fail the exam and we will be in the same spot next year. That's how I thought. This was how I was doing. I don't want to say that for a bragging. So like, I was always first position in my class in a high school, right? So I was like, why I was able to do everything. That time I feel like I'm so intelligent, and now when I'm starting my business, why I feel like I don't know how to do this. That's how I relate everything. If you're an international student or a newcomer, you are anyone, think like you are in any field and you are starting from a scratch, like, so why we feel like we are not able to find a job. So the thing is, we were not looking for advice. So if I talk about international student, so when you were coming here, you have a goal that I want to study in Canada. So first thing, you know that you have to clear that IELTS exam test, and you know that sometime if you couldn't do by yourself, you need to attend a training class. And then you were talking to people who you were trying to make a connect to somebody who already in Canada, and then you will, that's what I was doing too. So if they can tell me about the right program, how's life over there, which study program should I take, 1 year or 2 year, which study program I take according to my education, because we know English test is the main thing that we need to do. So we were taking advice. Yeah, sometime you have a knowledge, but still you need to know about that. So you kind of have a map, and so then you have understanding, like, I couldn't do this, I need a help, or I can do by myself. And now the most difficult part. Now you came here, totally different country, different culture, different way of working, different language. Like, when we come here, we don't seek advice, we don't make a little map plan or a goal plan for us what we really want to do. Like, when I came here, I have like a financial situation back home, right? And the people who lend me the money, they have a time for me that you need to pay this in 1 year. And some of the money I took was on interest, so I have to pay it fast. So I had that in my mind that I have only 1 year to pay them back. And so when I go looking for a job, when I talk to somebody, explain my situation, so they were trying to help me, they were giving me like suggestion. Some people give me really good references, right? So I only know 2 people who've been living here in Canada before me. I came in Canada in 2019, and my friend came here in 2012, and then I had my cousin. So one of them, I heard that she got permanent residency with 1 year, and the second person, I heard from her that she did everything by herself. She said, if you do your research and keep learning, you do most of the things by yourself. So I heard from her, from them, every night when I have a free time, I will just keep reading So she said the whole information is on Canada immigration website, but I'll make sure I read everything and understand line by line, right? And then I was trying to think about it. According to all those immigration programs, can I settle here in 1 year? And it was making sense, right? So the guy I got, he also told me there are some lawyer here in the city hall. They do not charge you anything. They are free. They are government lawyer. You can go there and have a conversation with them. So I was taking those steps and trying to make a plan and a deadline for myself. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? When you are in a Canada and you are totally stopped thinking that you have a difficult goal here, then what most students do, they just keep postponing. Oh, I have a 2 year to study and then I'm gonna apply for 3 year work permit. I have enough. I have a 5 years. And then they keep postponing, keep postponing, keep postponing, and then we'll just get into that loop, that going to work, coming back home, going to work, coming at home. As many year you're gonna delay that, keep postponing that the fire inside you just go slow down. And what I'm trying to say, you have to have a map, and then you need to talk to somebody like this is what you're thinking about. And some people will also can misguide you. That's why I'm saying you have to do your own research, right? So you need advice regarding study program, regarding immigration, regarding your field. You have to do your research first too. So when you are talking to somebody, so you have a basic knowledge about that, so this person is misguiding me, this is the person who's, so you just don't trust blindly. I know you need to talk to people, then you have to understand that is it the right information, it is the wrong information, but that you can only do if you did your research. So now, as I was talking about discipline and a motivation, right? So that's what my whole point is. You have to discipline yourself to achieve your goal, and you have to have a deadline. So you have to have a goal, your goal written down. So I got my permanent residency in 2022. So after that, I had a full-time job, and before that 3 years, it's like you always like rushing and running, like I need to do this and this and that. All student might understand you have so many things to deal with, like a family back home, finance, health, all those things you manage, and then you have that, oh, I want to get permanent settle here, and you're doing so many things like all at one time. And then you achieve your permanent residency, and you say, oh, I achieved my goal. And then I didn't know how that happened, that I become so comfortable. And then when the year passing by, to me my job start feeling boring. For me, all those years I always have a goal and I was working towards that. For me, when I just don't have anything to do, my it just slow down, and then you don't feel happy, like you don't feel that energy. So you have a goal, and then you can have like a daily goal, right? So even in a study, so you have, it's a 1 year study, but you have, oh, I have assignment next week, oh, I have like that. So you have a little tiny goal that keep you moving towards the bigger goal. But why we don't think same about our life, like what is the goal of my life? So for that, like most people, like I want to achieve that amount of money, I want to achieve that position, I want to become that. But then we don't have a patience, we're trying to look for the fast way of doing it. And the other thing, we don't need advice, we don't take a training or coaching, we just trying to figure out by my ourselves, right? So first we should treat like any other goal. This is a big goal, but you have to be realistic. So any goal you have, you're going to have a sub goal for them. So those are the ones that you have to be disciplined, you have to discipline yourself. So let's see, I want to buy this car, like I want to buy this car. Then your goal should be specific. Which car? What is the cost of that car? What is my income right now? How much saving I will do, like weekly? How much I'm gonna save in a month? How I'm gonna save in a year? When will I have that budget to buy that car? Which book taught me all this and helped me figuring out? I got this book. When I read that, and then there was this one, and here And there was, so before this and after this I read one book, I don't have in with me right now, but it's there. It called Earn What You Really Worth. And when I was reading that, it make you think what you're doing. And what is the good thing about it doesn't mean you read this book one time and then oh you can't read it again. But I feel when we read something and they talk about your life and your situation, so whatever situation you have, when you read the book, you will play same situation, you will try to find out the solution in your head. That's why when I read this book first time, I was in a job that I was doing for 3 years, and I was having the things that I was struggling with me, right? How customer treat me, how my employee treat me, how my manager treats me, and what I'm doing wrong, why I cannot convince the customer, like things, so many things, right? So I was trying to relate with this, like how which things. So that time I was thinking like, because I was in customer service, right? So the book, they were telling me first 2 hour you have to read or spend on your profession. So you have to spend first 2 hour doing research and reading about your field, right? So that time what I did after reading this, I start studying on sales and everything. So then, so when I read the next book, it was specifically about sales. So they were telling me how important it is to first of all how you dress. So dress up according to your profession. So I try improving that. So they said people make image of you in first 10 seconds, and after that it's very hard to take their first impression about you. So for our classmate and friends and family, they're gonna meet us again and again. Maybe one time you have wrong first impression, but then they're gonna meet you again, and then they have a time they can slowly understand you what type of person you are. But when you are in a sale, they are, maybe they're just gonna meet you one time in their lifetime, and is for them you will give them a very good experience by your service, and maybe you totally, so either they're gonna build, you're gonna build a relationship in that one meeting that they will come again and again, or you just gonna, they will be so unhappy with you that they will never come back. So but now if I read this book, I will think about what are the things I need to improve. Because now, because I have just started my own business, and I'm meeting so many people, like hiring, employing, and collaborating with a different organization. So for me right now, that's, I have told you in the last video, for me the most important thing is to be a good public. So that is the, so back home, back then when I read that, so I, when I read, I will focus more, oh how I can improve my skills, my selling skills and all. And now, like how I can be a good public speaker. And now I'm gonna read more about what the thing. So and currently I'm searching on my business plan, marketing strategies and all that. This is the things I'm gonna read about now, because that is my goal. That time that was my goal. So that's why this is the book who taught me again, and I dare to follow my dream. But this book teach you only thing. So this, like a Brian Tracy, he wrote so many books, but only thing his focus always discipline. So you can learn so many things, right? So it says knowledge is nothing if you doesn't apply in nothing. How you can apply? When you gonna discipline yourself. When you discipline yourself, only then you can achieve something. Okay, I did it again. This is the things I think I need to improve still, because I'm not writing any script before making any video, or I'm not doing any practice. So this is what I'm doing. So currently I just mix topics. I just don't have that still though, that filter. I'm talking about this, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about this, like this. This is my feedback on myself, how I spoke, how I thought I'm gonna speak like 10 minutes, and I spoke for 26 minutes. And again, I was just going to talk about discipline and motivation, and still I put all my experience, my stories in this. We will do it. So that's why I want you to find your goal and start working on it. Plan, set a deadline, set a timeline. You have a goal, but when you wanna achieve that, if you wanna buy a house, also set a real goal. So see, I want to buy a house, but I cannot say I'm gonna buy a house next year, oh sorry, next month, because then you will think about how much income I have right now, how much saving I have right now. So set a real goal. When you set a goal that is too big, so again, you cannot focus. Your mind will get confused. You will think a lot. So that's why if you have a big goal, like break it, break it to a simple goal. Okay, we will work together. I this is because my whole focus on the life coaching, my Pathlink life coaching, to get a plan for you, like for international student like that. But also we are in the same journey. You are here, your goal is different, you are also starting your life from zero, and also I am starting my business from zero. For a person who only just did a job, like a work for someone else for 7 years, and now I'm trying to build a business. So we are in the same page. Let's see who achieved their goal fast. Okay, good luck.